Hey guys, today we're learning Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana. This one's in standard tuning. Let's jump right in. The intro starts off with an F power chord on the first and third frets. So first finger goes on the sixth string and our third finger goes on the fifth string. If you're a beginner, I'd recommend sticking with just the two fingers. If you're slightly more advanced, then try putting a pinky down on the fourth string or just barring it with your third finger. Now there's not a huge difference between these two shapes. You've got the same notes in here, so F, C, and then another F, but it's just an octave higher. But it just gives it a slightly fuller sound. The strong pattern here is down, down, up. Okay, and we want to have a slight pause between those two downs. Now, what we want to do next is mute our strings and do up, down, up. So 3 hits. Now, when we go to this later on, it'll be slightly different, but I'll come to that in a bit. So after our muting section, we want to take our second power chord, which is the exact same as the first power chord, except it's just down one string each. So you're starting on your fifth string, first fret, and then your fourth and third strings on the third fret. And you want to do down, down, up. And then you want to do down, up on the open strings. Try and keep to the top 2 or 3 strings when you do this. And then after that, we move along to the 4th and 6th frets. Now, this is the same power chord shape as up the 1st and 3rd. It's just slid along here. We do down, down, up. And this time when we do the muting, it's 4 hits. So down, up, down, up. Then we want to take our 4th power chord, which is just the same as this one, but again down 1 string each. So starting on the 5th string, then the 4th and the 3rd. And then down, down, up. And then 2 hits of the open strings again. And then we go back to the 1st power chord, so back to the beginning. Except this time we do 4 hits instead of 3. And that's how it's going to be for the remainder of the song. Anytime we do the pan mutant bit, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's only 1, 2, 3 in the beginning, the very beginning. Okay? After we do for the second time, then it just repeats exactly how it was before. Same chord shapes, except when we get to this bit, then the distortion kicks in and it becomes a chorus riff. But once the distortion kicks in, nothing really changes. It's just the same. Okay, and then that'll take us into the verse section. After the chorus, we have this pre-verse section. So we're starting off with our F power chord like we had in the beginning. And we hit that twice. And then hit the open strings once. And then back down for one more hit. Then we slide up to the 2nd and 4th frets, same power chord shape, hit that twice, and then bend on the 3rd string of the 3rd fret. Okay, then we do the same again, up to that point, and then we slide up to the 6th and 8th frets, hit that twice, and then the 4th and 6th frets twice. Okay, and then we repeat all of that one more time. Okay, and then after that we come into that section. Okay, the verse is relatively simple, so we're playing the third string on the 5th fret and the second string on the 6th fret. Okay, so we're doing third string, then second string, and we do that a bunch of times, and then it gets a wee bit faster. And the way I've played this in my cover is third string, second string, and then hit the third string twice, and then the second string. The solo starts off on the 10th fret 4th string, before we go on to the 8th fret 3rd string, 10th fret 3rd string. Then we slide down from the 10th fret and pull a finger off, and put the first finger down on the 6th fret 4th string with a wee bit of vibrato on there. Then we hit the 8th fret 3rd string twice, and on the second time we do a bend and release before moving to the 6th fret and 5th fret on the 3rd string. Then we do 6-5 again on the 3rd string, and then 8th fret 4th string and 6th fret 4th string. Then we do 8th fret 4th string again twice, and on the second time we do that bend and release before going to the 6th fret and then the 5th fret. Okay, and then that just repeats the exact same. Except this time when we end it, we do 6-5 a bunch of times, so I think it's 4 times you do this. And then we do 6, pull off the 5, hit the 5 again, and slide down to the 3. Okay, and then after we do all of those, when we finish on this, a wee bit of vibrato on, and then that'll take us out of the solo into the next section, which I think is the chorus. Okay guys, so that brings us to the end of all the guitar parts. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Also, please check out my cover on my channel if you haven't seen it already, because it might help with you learning this. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks.